Picture the solar system in your head right now. You are probably imagining a glowing sun in the center and a series of planets looping around it. But look closer at how they are moving. They aren't buzzing around the sun like a swarm of angry bees. They aren't crisscrossing in random directions. If you zoom out far enough and look at the solar system from the side, you will notice something deeply strange. It's flat. Every single planet from scorching Mercury to distant Neptune is running on the exact same track. They orbit on a flat, invisible plane, like marbles rolling on a giant pane of glass. And for a long time, nobody knew why. With the infinite vastness of three-dimensional space available to them, why did every planet decide to line up perfectly flat? The answer has nothing to do with the planets themselves, because the planets didn't choose their path. They were trapped in it. To understand why, you have to go back 4.6 billion years, long before the Earth existed, long before the sun ignited. Back then, our solar system was just a cloud. A massive, freezing, silent cloud of gas and dust floating in the interstellar void. It was formless, and it was still. But then, something triggered a collapse. Maybe it was the shockwave from a dying star nearby. Maybe it was just the slow, inevitable pull of its own gravity. Whatever it was, the cloud began to shrink. And as it shrank, it began to do something else. It began to spin. This is where a fundamental law of the universe takes over. Physicists call it the conservation of angular momentum. You've actually seen this happen on Earth. Watch an ice skater spinning on the ice. When she pulls her arms in close to her body, she spins faster. The matter in our ancient cloud did the exact same thing. As gravity pulled the gas and dust closer to the center, the rotation sped up. And as it spun faster and faster, something violent happened to its shape. The top and the bottom of the cloud started collapsing inward, pulled by gravity. But the middle of the cloud, the equator, was spinning too fast. Centrifugal force pushed outward against the gravity, resisting the collapse. Over millions of years, that massive spherical cloud was flattened out. It became a spinning, glowing disk, like a lump of pizza dough being tossed and spun in the air until it stretches into a perfectly flat circle. At the very center of this disk, the pressure and heat grew so intense that a star caught fire. Our sun was born. But out in the flat, spinning rings of dust, things were just getting started. Microscopic grains of rock began to crash into each other. They stuck together. They formed pebbles. Pebbles became boulders. Boulders became mountains. Mountains smashed into each other to form worlds. And because all of this dust and rock was already trapped in that spinning flat disk, the planets that formed out of it had no choice. They were born on the plane. And 4.6 billion years later, they are still running the exact same track. This isn't just a quirk of our solar system, it is the architecture of the universe. It's why the rings of Saturn are perfectly flat. It's why the Milky Way galaxy looks like a massive, swirling disk. Gravity pulls things in, spin flattens them out. You live on a sphere. But your sphere is just a piece of debris caught in an ancient spin that started before the Earth was even a memory. You are hurtling through the dark, millions of miles an hour, locked onto an invisible pane of glass in the same circle, over and over and over again.